Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, Essence? My name is Oklahoma Jones. I am the entertainment editor here, and I want to introduce y'all to the Suede Men's Experience at the Essence Festival of Culture 2024. So for this next panel, it's going to be called Guided by the Game. Here, top NFL stars will talk about how the lessons they learned on the field help them to excel in life, business, and brotherhood. The panel will also feature a discussion on setting yourself up for success in the sports realm. So without further ado, I want to introduce our panelists, Mr. Grant Delphitt and Mr. Okoronkwo. Y'all make some noise for them. What's up, Essence? So, fellas, how's it feel to be in New Orleans for Essence Festival?
I mean, it's a bunch of beautiful black people out here. I'm excited. This is my first time.
It's good to be back home. You know, I grew up coming to Essence, so I always love coming back home, seeing my people.
So, for my first question, is for you, Grant. I feel as though defensive back is one of the most difficult positions to play in all of football, man. Why did you gravitate toward that position? And what are some of the players you looked up to help you grow within your craft?
Why did I gravitate? Honestly, I feel like I was just good at it, to be honest. I probably should have played receiver, how they playing receivers, how they paying receivers nowadays. But I don't know, I kind of wanted to hit rather than get hit almost, you know, type of mentality. But I don't know, I think I was just naturally good at it, so I just stuck with it.
And with you being a den, Obo, how about yourself? You know, why did you gravitate toward that position besides your size, of course, you know what I'm saying?
I started playing late, and that was sort of just where, like, I was, like, placed, and then I ended up being really good at it, so I just stayed there.
So, Obo, back to you, brother. You've been known for your stylish outfits, you know, when you're in the runway and everything like that, and your fashion. When did that passion for style begin for you? And is that lane for fashion, will you think you'll pursue that later on in your life, too?
I think just younger. I wouldn't say it was a passion for like fashion. I just like dressing like different, you know, and it was pretty cool to me. And I think it sort of just evolved into fashion like over time, you know, as I just got older and my interests changed and I saw more. But yeah, when I'm done playing, I plan. Well, I'm sort of doing it now. Me and my best friend Nandi Howard. I'm sure y'all.
Shout out Nandi.
Yeah, shout out Nandi. We have like a sports PR agency that we're working on right now. Also a creative agency. So I'm not really trying to wait until I retire to start it. I just started now.
So, Grant, I'm also a fellow New Orleanian, you know, and I love this city as you do, probably as well, too. So I wanted to talk to you, man. What does the city of New Orleans mean to you, and what has it meant to your career?
You know, all my family's here. After the storm, we moved. My parents and my sister, we moved to Houston. I stayed over there till you know, I graduated high school and stuff. But the rest of my family still stay over here. Everybody ended up moving back when I went to high school as well. So, man, this city means so much to me. You know, hopefully, maybe I can come play here one day, maybe in the future.
Chill out.
Not right now though. You know, we in Cleveland, but I do love my hometown, and you know, every event we put on and everything, I really just try to put on for the city. The way I dress, the way I play, everything. It's a really you know, when it comes to game day, we really have like friendly competition on who looked better on game day type stuff. So a lot of that, you know, competition aspect come from me being from here.
So this next question is actually for both of you brothers. I'm gonna start with you, Obo. Football is an unforgiving sport, as both of you know. During the course of the season, what steps do you take to prioritize your mental health, and does having good teammates help in that journey?
The way we prioritize our mental health, well, me personally, I just make sure that like I'm just talking to people about how I feel. Like my other teammates, my defensive line group, we have dinner like once a week. We all just talk about how, yeah, we just try to. I got that from when I was on the Rams. Our coach made us do that, so I just brought it with me. We sit down, we break bread, either Monday night football, Thursday night football at a restaurant. We all talk about what's going on in each other's lives and make sure we're all just, you know, just have somebody to listen to. And then also I do a lot of yoga for my body and for my mind. I'm a big yoga guy. I probably do it like 2 to 3 times a week.
Oh, for sure. What about you,
I
Grant?
mean, I ain't doing no yoga like that, but my mom does. She's sitting right here front row. It's always good to have a strong support system too. We're gonna get into that.
That's my mama too.
Team mom.
So Grant, I think it's important that you set yourself up for the future before you retire. In what ways can a player make business moves for the future without losing sight of the game of football while they're still playing?
Yeah, I feel like that's a good question. That it has a lot to do with your support system too. You know, you can't do everything by yourself. If you try to do everything by yourself, you're gonna get distracted. You know, that's when injuries come and you're not focused on what you're supposed to be focused on. But you know, that's why I got a good team. You know, I got a good financial team, got a good support team, and you know, I kind of give them a lot of power and help them help me. So you know, you can't do it all by yourself.
How about you, old boy? You kind of spoke about it a little earlier too. Like, how do you set yourself for the future before you retire?
Yeah, I'll piggyback off of Grant. Your support system is like everything. You know, you can't spread yourself too thin. You know, you gotta just like for me, the people that I grew up with, I just try to like, you know, put them in position to do what they do the best. You know, so we can help each other. You know, so like that's what I've been doing.
So here's another mental question as well too, but it's kind of all encompassing. Like, what lessons have you learned throughout your football journey, and how have you applied that to regular life?
There's this thing I always say, mountains and valleys. When you're high, you know, you're not gonna stay there, and when you're low, you're not gonna stay there, you know, so you just gotta just ride the wave. Don't ever think you're too high, never think you're too low, you know. I use that in regular life when I'm going through stuff. I know it won't last, and then just like when things are going really well, I don't get too big-headed just to keep myself humble, keep my feet on the ground.
Grant, how about yourself, my brother? What lessons have you learned throughout your football journey, and how have you applied that to your life?
You know, I'm still learning. You know, I don't. It's a lot that comes with this game. You know, we do it because we love it, but you know, injuries, ups and downs, like you said. But I just kind of try to remember every day that, you know, we worked our whole life to get to where we at, and I got young ones looking up to me. So I just try to keep pushing and keep a smile on my face so that, you know, they know they could do it too.
So I know they say you have to learn to live with regrets, but expounding on your answer, is there anything you think you would do differently if you could do it again?
As far as coming up, I don't know. I feel like, you know, my parents did a good job of making sure I was always active. You know, if I wasn't playing football, I was doing something else. So I was never just sitting at home. So I think that helped me a lot. Do differently, man. I don't know. I probably wouldn't stress over no girls. I'm just playing, but I was just, you know, not really. I don't have any big regrets. What about you?
I don't got any regrets either. Everything I went through was a lesson, and it made me better, you know, made me smarter, wiser. So yeah, I don't have any regrets. I guess I tell myself to stop being so late all the time. But
Now, y'all was on time today. Y'all was on time.
some of us was.
Football is a sport, and it's also a business, like you said, my brother. How hands-on are both of y'all, like, with your financial endeavors outside of the game of football? I know you talked about your support system and everything, but I guess how hands-on are you with the financial aspect in your business endeavors? You know, like, are you super hands-on? Do you kind of let other people handle it? Like, what's your situation, man?
As far as outside football?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you got to be hands-on with it. How football, you know, how it goes, you play on your rookie contract, so it's like 4 years, and I was kind of worried about just doing what I got to do on the field, but now since I just signed a new contract during the season last year, and that kind of set me up pretty well, and now I could start doing some more financial endeavors, things like that. We got some things in the works right now, but my advice would just be to guys, just worry about football first and do what you got to do on the field so you get set up for after that.
So how have you been able to balance those two? Because you said worry about football first. Like, how have you been able to balance the time between the two?
I keep the main thing. Like,
Yep. That's exactly what I was going to say.
these lads going to take you everywhere. They pay me to play football. If I can't do that, I can't support my family
Can't do
the way I
anything
want
else,
to.
you know?
You want to add to it, Obo? You know, like.
Yeah, I feel like you just can't, like he said, keep the main thing the main thing. You can't, thing that's like, I guess, making everything else possible, you can't short it, you know? So you have to definitely make sure you handle that. But like for me, during the season, I'm less hands-on, you know? In the off season, that's when I like take advantage of all the time that I'm getting, and I try to be more hands-on.
So I wanted to, because I have a lot of, I'm not an athlete, but I have a lot of athletes in my family, man. I wanted to ask you, Obo, how do you deal with injuries? And just that, you know, because I don't know if you've gotten like an injury in your career, you know, how do you deal with the injury and the time off? And how do you stay balanced when you have those situations?
Just staying positive, staying busy. I had an injury my 3rd year in the league. I had an elbow injury. It sat me down for like 6 to 8 weeks. I ended up picking up. I had a camera from my dad. My dad like took a lot of pictures. I ended up picking it up. Got into that. I'm really big into photography now because of that injury. You know, so like I just try to like turn a negative into a positive.
So in doing the photography, what I guess what fulfillment have you gotten in taking photos and picking up that craft?
Honestly, it's just been pretty dope. Just honing in on a new craft, you know, just seeing like what else I'm actually good at, you know. So it's been fun traveling the world, being able to capture it through my lens. I'm actually gonna have drop a coffee table book around Christmas time. So yeah, just a bunch about all like my travels and things I've done like with friends and such.
So Grant, I know you know you're supposed to keep the main thing like y'all was saying, but what are some of your and not business, I mean just recreational, what are some of your hobbies and some of your endeavors that you do outside of football to kind of keep yourself balanced?
That's a good question. I like to travel, to be honest. I like to go see the world. We actually just was in Paris for Fashion Week, doing stuff like that. I didn't even know there was a Fashion Week when I was growing up. Like, I didn't know what that was until I, you know, started getting to the league, hanging around guys like, you know, Obo, and getting introduced to that world. But I like making the most of my time, man. During the season, I kind of like to lock in. We do Christmas drives and toy drives and a lot of volunteer work in the city of Cleveland, too. I'm actually looking forward to doing a football camp / Celebrity 7-on-7 around the time of the Super Bowl here next year. So
I'll be there.
Yeah, be on the lookout for that. I like just making the most of my time, really.
So Obo, what is something that you would tell your younger self during your journey to make it to the NFL? It could be one thing, it could be many things. Like, do you have something you would tell them?
That's a great question. I would tell myself just to not to stress too much about it. You know, just handle your business and let the work speak for itself. You know, that's it.
Grant, what about you, my brother?
I would just say don't stress, don't trip, man. Your family proud of you already. I don't know, you know, I can't tell myself I had the attributes I was gonna make it, but I feel like as long as you got that mindset and that work ethic.
Yeah, you get what your work deserve at the end of the day, you know? So, that's all I tell myself, you know? Like, if you work for it, you'll get it, you know?
My dad used to make me, like, drink, like, a glass of milk and whey protein shakes every day because I used to be the smallest one. So I would say just weather that storm, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be all right.
So I want to stay on that family aspect, too, because a lot of times there's this narrative that as a man, you know, in order to be successful, you have to sacrifice certain things and all that stuff, too. So how do you maintain a great work-life balance between your career and your family life?
That's a good question. Right now, you know, I don't have any kids. I'm single, so it's easier for me. I'm going to let him get to him in a second. I know he's kind of different, but, you know, I can make the most. I could do what I want to do right now. You know, I make sure my mom, my people are good, my family's straight, and kind of just enjoy my life right now. But I pass it to him, newborn.
I'm excited about yours, though.
I would say, so I have a son. Okay. So I would say now it's just, I'm not doing things on a whim anymore. I'm planning. I'm more organized, you know. I'm not just getting up and going on trips. Everything I do is like, I have a calendar now, you know, and I have to just make sure that I have that time with my son, you know, because that's really important. That's the most important thing to me. So yeah, just prioritizing.
How you think fatherhood has affected your life as a man and a football player?
I'm missing out on a lot more stuff that I'm glad I'm missing out on, you know. It just helps you just see what's important.
Well, that's all I got for you, gentlemen. I really appreciate y'all time. I want to tell everyone to give it up for these two gentlemen. You know, they're great players, and they're going to have a bright future in the NFL. Thank y'all. I appreciate it.
Thank y'all for having us.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate it.